Hey, welcome to this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. This is a St. Patrick's Day themed beer, but is most definitely not an Irish style beer, and it's very not St. Patrick's Day today. So anyway, this is another one from Fat Orange Cat Brew Co. Baby Leprechauns, and it's cats with leprechaun hats on. And they're calling this a session IPA, but it's 5.9 ABV. I don't know by what metric that's session. And this was canned, looks like January 16th, so it's kind of old. But anyway, pour it into the IPA glass. I'm not an animal. And it is, it's getting the St. Patrick's Day orange color, I would say. It's almost the same color orange as the microphone thing. Well, maybe a little bit more pale than that. But anyway, just standard hazy. It has a kind of small soap sudsy loose foam head, which is... I don't know, I think that seems to be typical for a lot of these Fat Orange Cat hazies. But I will say it does smell like most of the Fat Orange Cats. Big tropical notes on this one. Interesting considering that, the can is, like 5 months old? Something like that. Yeah, so pineapple, orange, a little peachy. Yeah, a little... stone fruit, a little bit of everything here. Tropical, citrus, stone fruit. I would say it's almost as aromatic as like a standard 8 or 9% hazy, but just a little toned down on this one. So let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Okay. I will say that for like 90% of it, like for the most part, this tastes like pretty much any other Fat Orange Cat Hazy IPA. It's almost as if, like they just took like one of their random recipes and just used like way less malt or way more water or both. Yeah, so I would say it's kind of pineapple. Again, kind of peachy on this one. Maybe it's just like the orange color here. It's just kind of incepting a peach aroma and flavor into my brain. I will say this one does have a dank kind of quality to it, or a spice. I'm not really sure which hops are on here. Actually, I looked it up. So that's the problem with Fat Orange Cat. They don't even have a website. It's a blog. They haven't updated since 2021. So I never know what's going on with the beers other than what's on the label. You can check Untapped or Beer Advocate or any of those, but those are, user generated. So who knows how accurate they are? But I think one of them said it was like Citra, Simcoe, Centennial, the big, classic hazy IPA hops. And I think the session part on this one probably comes from the fact that like this one is not quite as bitter as some of the other ones, although hazies aren't really that bitter to begin with. Like I would probably estimate the IBUs on this one probably 30 to 40 range instead of like 50 or 60 like most. I will say that the hops do linger here. That's kind of I wouldn't go as far as say cloying as in like kind of an annoyance or irritate, a hop aftertaste that's bugging me. It's not. It's just that I wouldn't say it's pleasant. It's, just kind of this spicy, grassy, almost kind of like a garlic bread kind of aftertaste, or cannabis kind of aftertaste. Yeah, so the actual mouthfeel on this one, I probably put about medium, bordering on medium light. I don't know if I would go as far as say just straight up medium light. Carbonation is probably about moderate, maybe moderately high. It is, I would say it is very smooth. It does have like, because it's a session IPA or whatever, or it just seems like overall, it's like everything about it just seems like a little bit lighter than most hazies, but it's like far, far from like the session IPAs of, 10, 15 years ago that were like, 4.5% or something like that. This drink's like a standard IPA from 10 or 15 years ago. I'll say it's pretty tasty, easy to drink. This was actually the cheapest Fat Orange Cat beer I've ever had. It was only $3.99 for this can. Usually they're like anywhere from like $6 to $9 just for one can. So if I was going to get another one, I would probably get this one because the tastes among them are very, very similar. So Yeah, I like this one. Did not get this on table. Just got this at Total Wine. So nothing to plug here. As far as my score or rating, I like it. It's not a mind blower. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Even though it's kind of an old can, I don't get oxidation on it or anything. I think I'm gonna go about 7.5 on this one. Yeah, which is I think it's a little generous considering the can is old and it still has lots of flavor. I think if it's super fresh back in January, this probably would have been like an 8 or higher. But that it's only a 7.5 out of 10, I think is still really good. So if you see this in your local beer store, don't be thrown by the whole St. Patrick's Day Irish theme. It's still good. So if you want a hazy at a slightly cheaper price, this might be a good one to pick up. All right, I am rambling. You've watched all the way in. You're awesome. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you for Cider Saturday. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.